Alright. Ooh, do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the platforms from Empire Strikes Back before Han Solo gets put into carbonite. Love it.
Well,
It's the little things.
this
Oh,
brings back memories.
shut the front door. I just said this brings
The
back a
overseer's
memory,
tower straight
and then they
ahead.
said it.
Tower should be on the top floor.
Nice. Oh, does that mean this one? Or that one? Which, is this the tower? Okay, I guess we'll find out. Wow, what if we just started shooting? And I just got reminded of that meme where it's like, it's always sunny. So then I started blasting.
You and I.
Think about all the good we've done since Vardo Stealth.
No one can hear them.
We've made the galaxy safer, giving people hope.
Chill.
Yeah. It's time we did the same for Bespin. Let's find Hask.
So no one can hear them. Maybe they're doing like an intercom thing. But also, this is actually pretty cool. I like that this is a very low, this is a low place on the tension graph, because you can still explore and see everything. You get to see these dudes in rest, I guess. You can kind of see how the Empire operates in other
Look
capacities.
At this, a cloud car. Can you even imagine sitting in that cockpit?
Oh my
Doesn't seem
god.
too bad.
No real pilot would ever fly one of these.
Cloud City! Another throwback to Empire Strikes Back. Oh yeah, wait. Did he say we're in Bespin? I think so. This is also from somewhere in the original trilogy. The Return of the Jedi. This was in Jabba's palace when C-3PO gets taken, and this is the type of droid that is getting tortured by having his feet burned upside down. Yeah, I love this so much. This is a really good throwback. I think they did a great job with this, at least this level in particular. Yeah, and it's really cool, like right here, you can experience kind of the scale of the Empire. You get to see those shuttles, the bigger, I forget the words for those ships, the smaller AT-ATs. Just see soldiers everywhere. This is really cool. I really love that they did this. And that they kept it low on the tension graph so you could actually take your time and explore. A lot of games and even in this game and other levels, I want to explore and take in this stuff and be able to kind of dissect and analyze where I'm at, like how I just did. But, I get caught up in the action, or the music is really intense, and it's just a high tension situation, so I can't really relax. This kind of looks, well, kind of like a nipple, but also it almost looks like this shouldn't be here. This column, or those column things, it almost looks like they're being, God, what's the word? Like they're clipping in. And I think that it looks that way because there's not a bevel on the model. My background for game development is in 3D modeling, animation, texture. I'm not really a 2D artist, although my 2D skills did get better in school. But when my degree is in, the game development degree, but the art option. So yeah, I would recommend putting a bevel around the circumference of those things. And also too, they don't continue up. They have a weird inconsistency. Maybe like it's supposed to be even spacing, but I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't just continue this spacing along the railing. That honestly, actually, that probably had something to do with the modular design. They're hiding it really well with the lighting here, but I can see this line right here. That is where I bet these two models meet. I can pretty much guarantee you, yeah, you can see this clear line right here. This stairway is part of a modular design. and I talked about this in the last episode with the Secret World Legends. Modular design is how 3D environments are built, or at least it's the most efficient way to build 3D environments. It's best practice. Basically, what it is the artist only made one of these staircases, but you can just literally duplicate them and use them strategically in different areas around the level. And it creates variety, and it just builds levels easier. Like these rings around the building right here, they're eventually, this is either one big piece or somewhere you can see the seams where they connected them. There's also, you can see here, this is pretty, this might be, sometimes it's hard to tell what's sectional, put just kind of like sewn together, and what's a single piece. Those panels are individual sewn together, probably. Wow, it's so interesting, too, to think that the sky is actually probably what they call a cube map. There's different ways of doing skies, but basically the level, if you imagine the level is... I don't know, anything, and you put a cup around it upside down. Like when you take a bug out, you know how you can put a cup on it upside down and an envelope underneath it? Imagine the bug is the you and the scene that you're in, and then imagine the cup is the sky. So this is really a 2D image, actually. I mean, probably. I don't know exactly how they did it, and there's different ways to do it, but one of the ways is you can take multiple 2D images and stitch them together to make what they call a cube map, and then it basically surrounds your level. Like, I pretty much guarantee you that this is continuing underneath us where we can't even see it. But you can take those and you can rotate them and turn them and make them bigger or smaller to fit the perspective of the player. But yeah, that's a 2D image. Yeah. Good stuff. Ooh, this is a nice little treat right here. Just, I really like this little detail as into how just the flag is waving or in the wind, you know? And those are going off every so often. You can see the ships in the sky, you can hear them. I really like these little details that and also, yeah, those ships, at least I saw earlier, the big ships back there, they were flying in the sky, at least when we were walking over here, when I was talking about scale. And that's just always, I love these touch. It really helps with atmosphere. There's fog back there. It helps with scale. It helps you feel like you're in a world. They even have a big AT-AT over there. It's moving! No. Wow, that's really good. That's really good level design. That's very good environment design. The lighting is actually really cool too. Sometimes the lighting can help tell a story. So, for example, ooh, that sounds nice too. Nice. Notice how when I step on a different material, you can hear it sound different? Versus... That's good audio design. It's probably standard, but probably the way... I mean, I'm not aware of every single technique for design for how to do that, but there's code written somewhere that says when player... This can... From what I know, this can be a couple different things. Probably the most inefficient way is that there's a trigger, probably an invisible box around this area, or this this piece of ground in itself is a modular design, and on the original model, there's probably an invisible box around this that we call a trigger, and you can have certain things happen when the player enters the trigger. So, I don't know, maybe they have it to where it's like when when player triggers, or when player enters this trigger, make footsteps play, you know, the audio, the MP3 file that when they take a step. And then this probably hasn't, and then
I'm amazed how busy this station is.
at exit
The
trigger,
Empire's on the run. Their resources are dwindling. They need this fuel to keep the fleet running, now more than ever.
you can have different programming settings, like when player enters the trigger, and then when the player exits the trigger. So on, at least for Unity, that's the engine that I was educated in. You have on player enter, I think is the programming language. Again, I was with more the art option. Oh, can I go down there too? No, they won't let me. Dang. That's okay though. They have to keep it linear. And the beautiful thing about this too is that they still keep it pretty linear. They keep their level design very linear, yet you can still explore it and experience it in so many ways. This level, for this level, hits all the marks they're supposed to make. 10 out of 10. Look at that fucking detail back there. Like, they fucking, even all the ways back there, that's still moving, that flame. Even over there, like, the lights are blinking. Ugh. They did so fucking good with this level design. I'm just in awe. Wow. I'm really thankful for this. Okay, let's go finish. Oh, those look. Someone fucking built that! My co-owner, who is the art director for our business, and he's also a 3D modeler, animator, texture, etc., etc. He's been building things like this. So we do a VR game that you can, like, you know, switches you can flip and things like that. So it just reminded me of that. Whoa. I thought he was, like, bending over because he was sick or something at first. Alright. That looks uncomfortable. Looks kind of like hard plastic, but no, it's actually, like, tight leather.
I hear the blockade's starting to crumble. Ships are breaking through all across the Anowin sector.
This is Governor Adelhard's fault. He should have put down the uprising as soon as it began.
How long until it reaches us?
Doesn't matter. Word is, something big is coming down from up high. Something that will finally turn the tide.
And I love hearing going around and intentionally listening to conversations like that, because they can really give you more context for the world. Interesting. This guy's looking at something. Okay, sorry. I'm getting caught up. I'm just really trying to, while I'm in a low tension situation and in this type of a level, I'm just trying to give you as a viewer all that I can in terms of, like, the mission, my purpose for doing the channel, you know, which was to basically analyze video games from a game developer's perspective. So I just really want to take advantage of being able to do that while I could, because sometimes I can get caught up in the gameplay
Droid,
itself.
we're at the tower. You ready?